Hello, everyone, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm going to be tackling my March Madness series, which is me participating in 2 challenges for the month of March. So one of those challenges is 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. You can find information for that down below in the description box of this video, and it includes a link to the Facebook group where you can find all of these amazing exclusive sketches for the 30 Days of Sketches challenge, plus all of the previous series. So this is series 17 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. And there are all 17 albums worth of sketches from the previous series. So that's a lot of sketches if you want to see those. And then if you go down into the comments of those sketches, you can find other people. Everybody posts, well, not everybody, but people will post their layout that they've made from that sketch. So you get a lot of inspiration of how different people interpret those sketches as well. So you can always look at that and then get more inspiration. There is also a link down below that is also to the Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches playlist. So people who are creating YouTube content can add their videos to a playlist, and then you can just hit play and watch all the different inspiration of how people are interpreting that sketch. So I really love that playlist. I like having it on in the background while I'm getting things ready, and I feel like I'm scrapbooking with my friends, so it's a good time. The sketch creator today is Sandra Lee. And she is, I believe, on Instagram. So I linked her Instagram account in the description box as well. And then I am also going to be playing along with the Calvin Ball challenge over at scraphappy.org. So I have linked that down below as well. Calvin Ball is a free, super fun challenge that gives scrapbookers a way to explore what's hiding and lurking in their scrap rooms. So I really love that part of it. I love going back and checking all of the, the things off of my list and seeing what I can add to my layout and get points for. And then you just add up your points and you can log them into the leaderboard or choose not to. Sometimes it's just that, interesting way of looking through your supplies and choosing what to add to your layout. I really enjoy it. I really find myself looking at things that I'm like, oh, I haven't used that in a long time. I should go and do that. So I like that challenge too. So let's see what I can make today. So today I am going to be using this wonderful sketch by Sandra Lee at 30 Days of Sketches. It is the day 19 sketch. And it's kind of hard to see on camera, I guess, but also my printer did not do a good job of these. And I think the settings were off because it's doing a better job these days. But anyways, so she has this very interesting. So a lot of these sketches have been like patterned paper light. So there hasn't been a ton of patterned paper added. This one is not like that. So it looks like she has a pattern, a pattern, a pattern, a pattern. So 4 quadrant patterns and then strips down the center, making a cross kind of formation, and then another pattern in a circle formation in behind the photos. So that is a super fun sketch for me. I love adding more patterned paper to my layouts. So I'm really excited about this one. So for this sketch, for this layout, I chose a couple of photos that are going to go in my Roadside Attractions album. These are some statues that we found on Fremont, in the Fremont neighborhood of Seattle, Washington, and they are both related to, they're both titled after, so the statues themselves are titled after a train that used to go through there called the Interurban, and so I thought I'd put them on the same page. So this is what my page is going to be about, and because little Joe Patches there is a clown, I went with some circus-themed supplies. So one of the points in Calvin Ball right now is using older stash. Well, I think I definitely have achieved that. So in this little pack that I have, we have a Bo Bunny Carnival collection, it's called, and it was from 2015. And tucked in there were all of these Bo Bunny double dot papers that coordinated with it, and they were from 2010. So talk about old stash, right? Over 10 years old. So this is 10 years and this is more than 10 years. So that's kind of fun. So then I don't have very many like sheets of that 12 by 12 left, but I had a ton of this 6 by 6 paper pad, which I thought was perfect for this 4-quadrant layout, right? So that's going to be fun. And I did get a head start so that I'm not keeping you here all night. And yeah, so for my base page, I picked this blue double dot paper, and it's going to be my background. And this was one of my favorite things that Bo Bunny did, was these double dot cardstocks. And when they stopped making them, I went out and bought all the ones that I could find, and I'm pretty low on them now. And then I did the same when Simple Stories came out with something similar. But I was really happy to open this pack of Carnival paper and find more of them. So that was fun. So I'm just going to trim off my branding strip up here. And as you can see, I've already cut a circle out of the center of this. So because this is going to be my background, it's mostly going to be covered up with those 4 quadrants of patterned paper that are in the sketch. Is this one also from 2010? This is Dark Denim Dot. It does not have a date on it. The other one did. Interesting. So maybe this one's even older. I don't know, but I like this color. And I didn't even know I had this color left, or else I probably would have already used it. So good thing it was hiding in here. And then I already put together my 4 quadrants because I was like, let's save a little bit of time. I had a little bit of time before I turned the camera on, so I think I'm going to do that. Let me just ink the edges first. I'm going to use some Black Soot Distress ink on the edges of my things for my layout today. So how's everybody doing tonight? I was glad I did a pre-recorded video for yesterday, because nope, I was not in any shape to come on camera or really to do anything last night when I got home. So it was good. But this is my 4 quadrants of my layout. And let's just have a little closer look at it, because some of them are going to be, some of the things that I've added on here are going to be Calvin ball points, okay? So we have stars and tickets and stripes. We have polka dots. Those are all things that are included in the Calvin ball list. We have arrow stencil. I just did a tone on tone plus an overtop tone on tone splatter in this corner, as well as in this corner. Those are the corners that I'm going to embellish. So the way she has it on her sketch, Sandra put like floral embellishments on this quadrant and floral embellishments in this quadrant. So my embellishments are going to go diagonal that way. So that's why I put those tone on tone stenciling and splattering in those 2 corners. Okay, and then arrows is also one. We have a strip of film strip is a point, washi is a point. So we have film strip, washi going this way. Ribbon is a point, staples are a point. So we have a strip of ribbon stapled to that other quadrant. Okay, so I'm just trying to use some of the things that are on that list as part of my design, because that really challenges me to use what I have and to also look through things and think creatively about how I can add them without like piling them on as if the kitchen sink was showing up in a stack on my layout, right? Okay, so I'm going to just measure this out so that it's kind of even around the sides. And I cut my 4 quadrants down. I just adhered them to like a flimsy white paper that comes in like a pot, like when you buy the page protectors, sometimes they have that white paper in them. That's what I use for this kind of stuff. And then trimmed it down to 11 by 11, I believe. Maybe it was like 11 and a half. No, it was 11 by 11. So then that leaves a 1/2 inch border around the outside of my paper. Then I went and grabbed a circle cutter. And first I cut this circle. And then I was like, nope, I don't want it So that's out of that back piece. So then I was like, I found this paper in the larger sheets. And I was like, ooh, that would be fun in a circle. And so I cut the center of it so that it's this like fun, isn't that fun? Design. And then again, for Calvin ballpoints, we have a stitched line and white pen. So those are a couple of other points that I'm going to get from that. And then I'm going to just, I think just like that is going to be how I set up the base of my page. So that part, oh, and then, you know what's so funny is I cut this out thinking that it would fit on here. And then I went to put it on and it was bigger than the first circle I cut. So I just went back to this piece again and was like, I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to cut another circle. And it worked. So it just kind of framed that. Anyway, that was just like a, oops, I didn't do that right. I cut it a like 1/4 inch bigger instead of a 1/4 inch smaller to fit on here. Anyway, so now I have this little random circly scrap of paper. So I'm just going to stick that right in the center of my page, just like it shows on the sketch. And look at all that pattern I got on here. I'm so excited. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different pattern papers, 8 if you count that blue double dot in the back there. So that's really fun. I think I'm going to go this way. Just thinking this will be underneath of my photo. So does that look centered? Yeah, good enough. Okay, so we have, I would say that that's kind of the basics of this layout that we have here, right? Is showing now. So we have that. Okay, so that's the base of the layout. Then I want to get photos, a title, some journaling. I did journaling twice because I did one for each statue. And then I have a label somewhere that I'm going to stamp my date on. So we'll get a date on there because those are the basics for your layout, right? You need a base paper and then you need to get photos, journaling, a title, and a date. And then after that, it's all just fun stuff, right? So let's see what we have in terms of layout. So I'm thinking, okay, so the way that her photos are is that they're kind of like in the center of that. And I'm thinking that they're 3x4 photos. Mine, because mine were pre-printed in 4x6. And so this was the smallest I could cut it down. And I think it's like 3.5 by 4.5. So it's a little bigger than 3x4. And then this one, same thing. I couldn't cut it narrower, but I could have cut this one longer, but I didn't, or shorter, I mean, but I wanted them to be the same size. So I could stagger them a little like this. Oh, and we should probably talk about this too. So two of the points on here is a vellum paper. So I took this little scraps of vellum from my vellum paper pad, and it has, one of the points is for torn edges. So I tore it in half, basically. It was a scrap that I tore in half, and I put half on the back of each, just kind of sticking out as an extra layer. So I was thinking something around here, and then I want my journaling. So I want my journaling about this statue lined up with that. And then this one I want here. But the other option is to put journaling in both bottom. I don't know. The other option I was thinking was I could like stagger them this way. So I'm just trying to see, because sometimes when I see it on the camera back at myself, that tells me which like layout I prefer, what I like better. Hi, Paula. Welcome. Thanks for coming tonight. It's fun that you're here live. There we go. Do that. I think I kind of like that better. And then my embellishing will go this way. In the sketch, she has the title up above this left-hand photo also. So I found my title. I used, what did I use? I used Midnight foam and cardstock letter stickers. So I think these were from actually like from a Halloween collection. But anyway, I thought they were great. I didn't have any R's left, so I turned some J's upside down and I can still read it. So interurban. And I can go right up there and I'll just cut that down. Now, in terms of Calvin ballpoints, again, gold is on the list. Embossing is on the list. So can you see that embossing that I did? It's hard to see on camera, but that's not the pattern. That's like actually embossed. And scallops is on the list. So I scalloped the edge with my old EK Success large scallop punch, which is also supposed to emboss these dots, but I don't know if it ever does. So if you watch Shamel, she has that punch as well. And what else? Here's the stencil that I used. Now that I'm looking over here, I have some stuff that I was just going to show you. This was the arrow stencil that I used. So tools wise. What else? So yeah, I'm not really sure how I want. I was also thinking that my title could probably go right up along the top of this or under my photos. Ooh, I think I like it there better. So then I'm just going to take my scissors and just trim this off. I wonder if the embossing will show better without the gold reflection. Oh yeah, it does. You can see the embossed chevron. Chevron's another point. So that's my challenge to myself, is like, how many of these different patterns and things can I get on here without making it look crazy? I mean, it still looks crazy in the end, especially when I slap an avocado on a page that has nothing to do with avocados. But I have fun with it. Or a sloth, because my friend Paula made me a bunch of sloths to go on my pages. So fun. Okay, so that's where we're at. So I think we can probably get our photos, journaling, and title down onto the layout. Now that we kind of know where everything is going to go. And if you watch me, you will know that this is one of the things that I do, is I decide where things are going to go, and then I end up I do it in stages. So like I'll glue down the base of my layout, but then I'm like, oh, but I need that tucked under here. So then I have to lift things up, right? So that's something that you will just probably see if you're watching me at all. I might pop this guy up so that I can bring this down a little bit. So let me grab some adhesive. I'm just going to use my fun foam today on the back of my photo, just because it saves a little bit of time, because I just need to put some adhesive on the one side, and then I just have to peel off one side of it. Okay. And then, so the story behind these, in case you've never seen them, and actually I had to look it up. When we were there, I looked it up because I was like, what is all of this weirdness? I mean, they say Portland's weird, but Seattle has its weird things too. So Fremont, we went over there because we wanted to see the troll under the bridge. I don't know if you're familiar, but there's like a big troll under the bridge. And then around that neighborhood is just very like quirky. So these were just a couple of the statues that were in that quirky little neighborhood there. And this one is just a bunch of, there's like, is it 6 people? Yeah, 6 people and a dog. And they're basically waiting for the train that used to run through there that doesn't anymore, that would take them into the bigger urban area. And then this is this. So this one was put out in the 70s, and the train stopped running, like, I don't know. It was in the early 1900s. I think in the 1930s it stopped running. So then this was there to commemorate it, added in the 70s. Then this was added in 2008, I think it said. 2008, yeah. And it was to commemorate the 50th anniversary of this show that was produced in Seattle. And I had no idea what the show was. So I don't know if it aired in Canada or if I'm just too young to be familiar with it, because I think it stopped airing in 1981, it says. So I just might not have known. And then, but it was JP Patches. And apparently he was like a local celeb. So his little antics were very well known. And I watched a couple of like things on YouTube of it, and it's actually quite cute. And so Gertrude, the partner that he's swinging with there, is actually a guy dressed as a girl. And it's just a silly little show, but very popular in the US apparently. So this one is called Waiting for the Interurban, sorry. And this one's called Late for the Interurban. And so it was funny because when we were there, I was like, I don't know what's happening here, but they had this like pink tulle all on all of the statues. And we were there for Labor Day. So I'm not sure what the reasoning for that was, but when I went to look up like who made the statue and how long's it been there, and you know, that kind of stuff for my journaling, I was like, oh, it actually said on there that the locals dress up these people based on whatever the holiday or the season is. So I'm not sure if that was meant for Labor Day, because it said also that it can be done for like local events. So if there's like a local event happening in the city, then they'll dress them up relevant to that event. So I'm not sure what the pink tulle was all about, but that's what they were wearing the day I was there. So I thought that was kind of funny that they actually made mention of like, yeah, they dress these things up. So I thought that was cool. So I'm just going to stamp the date, which I did take the time to find before and was successful in finding. I did end up finding my date for the other one that I did the other day, and I couldn't find the date for it, but there we go. Took me a while. I was looking in the wrong year. That was my problem. And for these roadside attractions ones, here I know what years I traveled to that city, but when it's stuff like I was, you know, visiting my parents, well, I don't know, could have been any year. Up until they moved, right? Like, I don't know. So crazy to find, but I found it eventually. It was in there. So I'm just going to tuck that under. September 2016. There we go. All right. So that is the basics for the layout. Now that we've followed all of the things that are on this cute little sketch by Sandra Lee, and we got our title, our photos, our journaling, our date are all here. Now we can embellish. So to embellish, I'm going to pull out my Calvin Ball list. and see what we can come up with. So I'm going to set aside my alphas and my papers now that I've shown you what I used. I'm going to set those down. Try not to make too big of a mess this time. Sometimes I do that. I do have some embellishments from this actual collection still too. They are mostly chipboard, and we have, these were from a swap that I did over on Ginger's Corner. I don't think I'm going to use any of these, but I did pull them out because I was like, maybe there'll be something in here that I want to use, right? So I did like this little pocket that was made. I think I made these actually for swaps. Yeah, it has my name on it. And I just had an extra one, but it has a little journaling card with, this is a pocket, and then you can stick your things in there. So I thought that was fun, but I don't think it's going to fit on my layout because I already have so much going on in terms of photos and journaling. But I also have these from that same Carnival collection. I have the Bow Bunny chipboard pieces, and then I have the layered chipboard pieces, and then I have this buttons pack. It looks like I had 2 of these because there's another one slid underneath that has like 2 pieces left. So I do have those, and we'll see if we need anything from that, or if we're just gonna keep searching. Okay. So we're gonna start out, and I will count as I go. And I do, just so you know, I do recount after I turn off the camera because I think sometimes I either miss points or I add them before I add it to my layout, and then I add it again after because I lose track of what I've already put, like made a tally for. So I do recheck it before I put my points on the leaderboard because I do want to know what I have. My throat is dry. Okay. So the first thing on our list is stars. And yes, we have stars on this paper here. And we are on day 19. Star. Journaling. Well, that's annoying, hey? Oh, and even more annoying to hear my voice in stereo, but I am going to put that here so I can watch, make sure that that doesn't happen again. Sorry, guys. I literally don't know what else I can do because I put the booster for the internet like right by my desk. So no. I'm suspicious that they're doing something to the internet though, because I had a guy come around and try to sell me different internet today. So who knows? I don't know. Okay, so we did star, journaling of 100 words, and typewriter font. And a label. We got a label for a date. We have selfies. No. We have the date on there. Yep. Washi tape. Yes, we have this film strip washi under here. Pre-March unfinished project. No. Ribbon. Yes, I did staple some ribbon on here. Okay, well, is it working now? I can't tell. Looks like we're back in business. Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I honestly don't know how else to. Awesome. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so I was adding up things, and I said enamel dots I'm going to add later, so I didn't add the point. I also have hearts that I'm going to add later, so I didn't add the point. So I'll just put those because they're smaller things. I want to put them later. Does that make sense? So then we have doily. So I did grab a doily. I thought maybe I could get one on here as like a cluster base somehow. And I'm thinking like maybe just up around here. Having trouble lifting the vellum. I need my tweezers. There we go. So And the doily I like to tuck kind of under things, right? Because it's more of like a cluster base. So we did get doily on there. Polka dots. Yep, we have this double dot polka dot bow bunny paper that I love so much. Use a stencil. Yeah, I used that arrow stencil in the two corners here and here. I just did a tone on tone stenciling. Camera. I fussy cut a camera out of an old scrap. So I don't know what collection that's from, but I felt like it matched really well with the blue I had. It was just in my little, I have like a little bin of like label. I found it when I went to go get the label, actually. Labels and things. So maybe we can put it up here, or maybe we can put it on, kind of like the idea of having it here somewhere. There, that's cute. Okay, so can throw that scrap out. So we got a camera on there. Handwriting, there is handwriting in, it's Heidi Swap's handwriting. It doesn't say it has to be mine. It's in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Arrows, yes, we said arrows was part of our stencil, right? And then word strip sticker. So I did grab my almost used up word strip sticker booklet, the, what's it called? Chit Chat, Small Talk booklet. And I thought this one would be funny. Not my circus, not my monkeys, right? I could stick it on here somewhere. It's kind of cheeky, but that's okay. And then there was another one. What was the other one I thought might be funny? I thought I just want to make nice things might be a good one too, because I thought both of these are iron cast statues that were made by local artists, which I think is kind of cool. So I got some word strip stickers on there. I could probably put the other one in black because I probably have that same sticker but in black, and I would like it to be the same. So those word strip sticker books, they have the same sticker sayings in black and then in white strips. So, but this one's getting pretty used up. I don't have a ton of the white left. I would love to use it up by the end of this series. And then there's a few of the black still. So, and I have another one of these that I've already started, and I'm like, I have to use that up. Thanks. I always find the best embellishments to go with my layouts. Thank you. True story. I have a lot to choose from. So there's that too. Okay, so we got word strip stickers. We're going to scooch this over here. Film strip. So my washi was a film strip pattern. Hexagons. I did grab some little hexagons. I've done this on a couple of other layouts and I really liked it. And it would be really fun to use up my wood veneer hexagons, I think. I think it would be fun. So I have some big wood veneer hexagons and some small. I should have 3 of each. I think I want the bigger ones down here as like kind of anchoring the layout. Which way do I want them to go? Okay, so I think that's fun. Or do I want it to go this way? Ooh, that might be better. Then it sticks off the page though. Oh, maybe not. I can make it fit. I can make it fit. That's fun too. Okay. So, and then we can put this one somewhere up here. something like that. But I want them to, so see how these ones, the points are pointing down? If I put these ones this way, then they look weird because they're not the same in both corners. So then if I'm going to do that with the arrow corner pointing down, then I need to do that up here too. Otherwise it's going to look awkward or just like not symmetrical, not same, right? Okay, so we have a little bit there and a little bit there. Maybe I want them over here. I like this idea of having them close to the writing. So, oh, I like that better. When I look at it on the camera, I can always see if I like it better. And I do. So, here we go. So we got some hexagons on there. Plaid, I did not find a plaid paper for this one, so no. Circle, we definitely got a circle in the middle there. And birthday, no. Tag, I made a tag. I don't know where to put it. Maybe it can go. So I made this tag with I have a tag punch. So I just punched it out of a scrap of the patterned paper and it turned out so cute. Look at it. It was like out of the corner of like a patterned paper. And this will come in handy later. This is a grid paper background because that's another point that we're going to be looking for later. So tuck this one under again. There we go. And it has an eyelet and twine, just so we're aware. Stripes. So we got tag on there, stripes. So this red paper was striped, and so is this circle striped. Stripes, twine, yes. Watercolor, no. Rub-ons. So I have these travel themed rub-ons from Paige Evans' Adventurous collection. And I feel like there's got to be something on here I can add. What do you think? You think I can get something on here that would be helpful? I could do a lemon. Fruits on the list. I was thinking more along the lines of one of these. So wander, adventure. We were just wandering this area, so maybe wander. XOXO, getaway, together, gorgeous. So yeah, let's do wander. I'll just cut that one out. We'll get a rub on there somewhere. So where do I want it? I do not know. I'm going to leave it on the backing for now, and we're going to think about it. I'm thinking maybe I want it on the tag, but then it, like the flag is facing the wrong way, so I'm undecided. So, and here's my popsicle stick that I hardly ever use. So we do have a rub-on that we're going to put on there. We just need to find a spot. Monochromatic, no. Grid, yes. This was grid paper. We just noticed that. And then staple, I stapled my ribbon on. Cut file, no, I didn't use a cut file this time. Ombre, no. Splatter, yeah, I splattered in both corners where my stenciling was. Sun, no. Coffee or tea, no. Cork. I also have these cork pieces that are just kind of like a bunch of different little things. And then I also have these ones. So I'm wondering if I could sneak a couple of the flowers on here because that's another thing that's on our list. What if we did... To put the cork flowers on top. Nope, I don't like it. Look at me doing stuff and being like, nope, didn't like that. So what if we just nestled some of them in with our hexagons like that? There we go. So we have some cork flowers on there. I don't even know where these are from. There's like no indication on the packaging whatsoever. Okay, so we got that. So cork and bling. I did grab some bling, but I also noticed that there is bling on these elements. So I don't know if I'm going to use these though, because they don't really fit in with what I'm doing. I do have these. They're just like gold, different shades of gold that I've stuck into one package of gold. So they're from all different places, but so I'll leave that again to the end, just like I'm doing with the hearts and the enamel dots. And then we're going to get on here with the, oh gosh, I thought I was frozen again. I'm like, not again. Embossing. So yeah, I embossed this blue piece of paper with that chevron embossing folder that I did not bring to the table to show you guys. I'm sorry. It's from Memento, is the company that made that one. Embossing folder, torn paper. I tore the edges of my vellum pieces. Green. There was no green on here. Isn't that weird? But if I do choose to add my avocado, I did grab a couple. We'll see if they get on here or not. I feel like they're a bit of a stretch in this case, but I did grab a couple. And then we could add green. So undecided, but we'll leave those until the end also. Gears. I feel like I can get gears on anything. Here's my little. So I thought this one could go just in this little cluster bit or up here to balance out the metallic here. And then this is also gold. It's hard to see on camera, but the vellum is like a cracked gold. Thank you. Yeah, the embossing is fun. I like that. I like the extra texture and I never think about doing it. So I love that it's on this list reminding me to go and grab those things. Okay, so a gear we got. What else? Rainbow, no. Gold, yep, we got gold on here. Our letters, our things, our vellum, lots of gold on this one. Finish a product, no. Die cuts, I die cut this cloud. Does he count? So this was one of the things that I was like, I could probably just like tuck that in there. So die cut. Buttons. Okay, so we have these buttons from the collection that I think I'm going to add onto here in a couple of spots. So, or the other option is to put them in, like I did this the other day where I put them in a row and I really liked it, but these ones are not all the same size. So I don't know if I will like that as much. And I just grabbed one of each color and put some of this like twine inside of it. So maybe I just want like one in each cluster. Don't know. One by my flower? Yeah, we can do that. One by the flower looks nice. And then we can put one up over here somewhere. That one could go in the middle of my camera. No, I don't like that as much. Okay, we can put it over here. Tuck it under a little bit. There we go. And then this red one go up. Nestle it in between my hexagons. There we go. So we got buttons. What else we got on this list? Puffy stickers. That's going to be my hearts, which I said I would add later. So we'll add those points later. Silver. I grabbed, I don't even know if I want this on here, but I was thinking I could add some silver sequins. I don't usually add sequins to my layout, but I have plenty of it. So this little tray is from Studio Katya. I don't know if they're still in business or not. I got it at the Great Canadian Scrapbook Carnival a few years back, and I really think it's a useful tool if you're going to be putting your, what do you call it, sequins or any really, like, I use it for tiny wood veneer too, just because it's easy to put back in the container because it just pours out from the corner. Really fun. Okay. Does not want to come out nicely, does it? So something that I did the other day that I kind of liked too was I just added around a circle piece, like a few sequins. And I think I might do that again because I did like how that looked in the end after I photographed it and everything. It looked good. I just want them to be the same size because these are two different sizes of silver sequins. But if I'm going to put some up there, I probably want some down here. Maybe these ones I want in the little scallopy bits. That might be fun, hey? Can do that. Let's do this instead. I like this better. Oh my goodness, they're very staticky. Oh, see? They're everywhere. So I'm going to put them in these little scallops, I think. I like that. So yeah, we got silver. This covers our silver. Oh my goodness. I know that there's a lot of debate over whether to use like silver and gold on the same page, but I think they're all neutrals and there's no reason why they can't go together. And there's that same debate over like off-white and white on the same layout, and same thing. I feel like they're both neutrals. There's no reason they can't go together. So, okay. So that's where my silver is going to end up. Okay, silver and scallops. Yeah, we literally just put the silver in the scallops. Okay, so here's some more things that are going to go on in a little bit. Avocado. Okay, well, I mean, he's definitely an option. I have this cool guy avocado, and I am wondering if I need to put two because I want to balance out that coloring. But I don't know if I love him on there. Maybe I only need one. I think I would cut this off though. Maybe that'll help me decide. Save that for something else. I feel like I just want the one. I am going to put an avocado on. I like that guy. And I feel like he goes with the 70s vibe of these guys over here. Okay, avocado, white pen I used to make my stitching line, and a sloth. I grabbed a little sloth. So the sloth and the avocado are also waiting for the interurban. So sloth, thank you, Paula, for my sloths. I love them. They're awesome. And what else we got? Where was I? Over here. Sloth. Pickle? No. Memorabilia? No. Flower? Yeah, we got our cork flowers on there. Use a sketch? Yeah, we used this sketch from Sandra Lee. A butterfly? No. A triangle? I don't think so. I don't think there were triangles on here. A house? Nope. Holiday theme? No. Cloud? Yeah, we have that die cut cloud up there. And books? No. Wood veneer? We have wood veneer hexagons. Fussy cut something. I fussy cut that little camera there. Banner. Okay, so when I was looking on this little sheet, I was like, you know, I could use this cute little banner. I don't know how good the sticky, like it's really stuck to this, but I don't think it's going to stick to the actual chipboard. So I'll probably have to adjust that later, but it's just going to go in the corner up here. So banner. And mushrooms, no. Bees, no. Gnomes, oh, that's off the list. Sequins, we did add some sequins. And hedgehogs, no. Stamps, I stamped my date. That must count. Journaling card, yes. A bow, we added a bow paper clip. Lace, our doily has a lace pattern, so that counts. And dinosaurs, no. Pink, well, there's pink. Those guys are wearing some pink tulle, so we're going to count that. Frogs, no. Brads, I did grab 3 brads. I don't know where to put them. I'm thinking one could go with this gear. And then maybe I want another one here, balancing out that kind of hexagon-y kind of area. And then maybe once I get my rub on down there, I'll fill in this gap with that brad as well. So we got brads to go on the layout. Shaker pocket, no. Chickens, no. Flags, there's flags on the banner. Fruit, again, is an avocado a fruit? Somebody tell me. Is an avocado a fruit? I don't know. Chipboard, no, but there is plenty. Oh yeah, these little flags are chipboard. Flare, I grabbed these. I don't know if one is going to make its way on here or not. I feel like they're all a little bit too bold except for the orange, but then I always have trouble using orange, so maybe I should put it on this layout. I can't get the thing out of there. Okay. Maybe I'll just take the backing off for now so that when I slide it on here, it's not permanent. Let's see. No, maybe down here. Okay. And so we're going to put a flare. And we're going to put away 5 layouts. No, I always do that at the end of the month. A cruise, no. Vellum, yeah, we tucked vellum in behind all of our photos. Red, yes, we have red on our layout. Eyelet, I put an eyelet in my tag. The Viewmaster, I did grab one of these little Viewmaster pieces, and I think I'm going to put it in here behind my hexagon little thing. So it's going to go in back here. So Viewmaster. And these are avocado is a fruit. Did you look it up? Okay, I get a point for fruit every time I add an avocado. Thank you, Paula, for checking. I appreciate it. Oh, good. Yeah, see? Mom agrees. More points. So these little viewfinders are a printable from Nicole Jones 911. I find her stuff so fun. I haven't bought from there in a long time, but I definitely reprint those viewfinders. And there's another set that I have that have little hearts in the center and they're smaller. So I bought a few different ones. Eyelet, Viewmaster, yes. Viewmaster, ticket. This whole paper was covered in tickets, so that counts. And then shamrock or clover. I punched one out of the same paper that this and the cloud are. So I'm going to put it in one of my little clustery things. Something like that. So clover. And it's actually a 4-leaf clover. Photo corners, no, I didn't use that. Super old stash. Yeah, these papers are from 10 years or more ago, so that counts for sure. Chevrons, yes, my embossing folder was a chevron pattern. Bubbles, no. Quote, no, I didn't quote anyone. I don't think. No. I'm like, there's quotations up here, but it's just telling the name of the statue and then the name of the TV show that the statue was about. So no. Robot, no. Interesting ad. I feel like, though, I thought music notes was added back, but maybe I didn't. Oh, yeah, it is. Avocado music notes. Because I'm like, I punched music notes for a reason. So I'm thinking I could add some music notes somewhere. Maybe they'd be cute on my little hexagons. That's fun, right? So music notes on the hexagons. So we get a point for music notes. And then we can go back to our bling, and maybe because I put music notes over here, maybe I can put hearts on the other hexagons. What do you think? I can put some gold hearts on here. Is that the medium size? Now I'm like, which size did I put on here? These are gold puffy sticker hearts from Doodlebug, and I love them. This is my second pack. I'm also on my second pack of the black ones, weirdly. I know everybody's like, black hearts, but I use them a lot because they're one of those like highlight colors. So I get a point for hearts and a point for puffy stickers because I hadn't added those points yet. Then I was going to add bling and enamel dots. So now I'm thinking that I don't want my enamel dots in a lot of places, actually, because I feel like I want my bling to be my, like, I'm going to encase this. I'm just going to put an enamel dot in here to get my point. There we go. Enamel dot. And then I'm going to use my bling as my, like, around my cluster embellishment kind of thing. So maybe I'll put one in my flower, maybe one down by my brad, and a little one up by my button, maybe, or maybe on my hexagon, something like that. And then I'll want some to go around up here and here. And then maybe a little one just at the end of my journaling over here. And then I will want some in this cluster over here. And I'm just putting a large, a medium, and a small in each one of my clusters. There we go. Maybe I want this one by my button. I do. Okay, so there we have it. I will glue all of this down, and then you'll be able to find my layout either on my Instagram page, right? One for every avocado I've used since that fruit point was added. So then I get a point for bling. And then I will glue everything down and post to Instagram. I will also post to my Paper Route Scrapbooking Facebook page and in the Christy's Beautiful Life Facebook group, where they have the album with the sketch, and then people are posting their layouts underneath. It'll be there as well. So if you want to look at a close-up shot of that, you can. And then I'm also just going to add points for, I made a layout, I made a video. I'm going to post to the Calvin Ball Gallery, the my Facebook page, and a Facebook group, my Instagram page, and posting on YouTube. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 77 points. Not too shabby. I think that's my highest score so far. So fun. So thank you to everybody who came to watch me put this little piece of magic together today. I really appreciate you guys being here, especially when you comment live. It makes me feel like I'm interacting with people, which makes me happy. And then I really hope that you can come back. I'll be live again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, we'll make another layout. We're going to follow another sketch, so it should be a good time. It's another one of these pencil sketches, though. I have to bring those ones up on my phone because they did not print nicely on my printout, but that's okay. All right. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you all being here. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.